Welcome to San Francisco. We've had some mixing of protesters between the pro-Israel and the pro-Palestine now. If you guys have been watching PFL blog, you probably know what's been going on already. Some of the pro-Palestine came over to pro-Israel side, and the cops have removed them and pushed them out of the street back to the other side. There's still a small group down here at the very end that is pro-Palestine that did not get pushed across to the street yet. But I believe that this woman here in the purple is the one who falsely accused some people before about confrontations on Friday, sorry about that. So if you guys keep an eye on both streams between myself and PFL blog, they're now setting up barricades here in the street on the Israel side, which wasn't here before. They just started setting these up now. How's it going, John? For Monday, there's a pretty good crowd here on both sides, actually. The crowd on the pro-Israel side is probably about the size that we saw on Friday. And the Palestine side is about the size that we've consistently seen throughout the weekend. It's probably about the size that we saw on Friday. The crowd that we saw on Saturday was pretty small compared to this. This is probably about the same size that we saw on Friday out here. It stretches from the corner of Sacramento and Montgomery in front of the consulate all the way down to the front of Wells Fargo, and with a barricade out one lane to give space. They're now setting up this barricade in front of the Israel side, which I believe is just to keep people from crossing back and forth. This was not here. They've never done this for the Israel side except for Thursday night. On Thursday night, they used barricades to separate a group of pro-Palestines that came over to this side of the street. Had no confrontation whatsoever, but the cops got in between, was separating people, and said that pro-Palestine people couldn't be on the side of the sidewalk, which caused some confrontation between the cops and pro-Palestine protesters. It's great to see some fairness in the barricades, but it isn't for the same reason.
Step up there, sir. Thank you.
So keep in mind, this barricade is only coming up because pro-Palestine protesters crossed the street to come over here. This isn't to be fair in any means. This wasn't here until just right now. They started setting up the barricades on the pro-Palestine side probably about 30-40 minutes ago. I'm just curious, you were doing video on Friday night, were you?
Yeah.
Do you have a place where you upload them?
Yeah, there's a San Francisco Voice for Israel
YouTube channel.
San Francisco Voice for Israel.
Right.
That's where your YouTube videos go?
Right.
Okay.
And if you're on our Facebook page, please upload your video and your photos to it.
Okay. No, I'm just streaming both sides, but I remember, I think I seen you with a video out here, and there's some confrontation on this side, so I was curious about if you had footage of that.
One of our people got assaulted, and the woman who assaulted him responded with "fuck you, Jew."
Was there physical confrontation between them?
Yes.
What did she do?
She kicked him in the groin twice.
Was that before any words were exchanged?
It's actually all taped.
Is it on the website, or did you?
It's all taped, yeah, it's on the website.
Oh, it is all on the website. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, so I think the DA is going to look into a hate crime enhancement.
Okay. Thank you for the information. Alright, so if you guys remember on Friday night, I'm getting my days confused here. Friday night, there was a confrontation, and so that's what the woman was just speaking about right now. And I think I'm probably going to... Okay, so this is interesting. They've now put a barricade blocking the entire sidewalk, and they're not directing pedestrians to go around. The crosswalk here, I'm sorry, the sidewalk is completely closed off. And what they've done this for is to separate pro-Palestine protesters from the pro-Israel protesters. Looks like the cops don't really know what's going on.
Hello. I got a move stop.
Welcome to a police state.
Anybody else go around the block? Around the block. Around the block.
It'd be great if you guys directed traffic at the corner. So they're keeping people from coming down the sidewalk now. This is the barricade here. So they're letting these people through, but the guy that was trying to come through was just told to go all the way around. So cops, once again, are not organized, don't know what the hell they want to do. I'm going to go back to the pro-Palestine side. Seems to me like they should be more organized as police officers to give some direction here at the corners before people come all the way down to the barricade and get redirected. With as many officers that are out here, it wouldn't take much to have an officer standing right here on the corner to direct traffic away from the sidewalk. They've got the vehicle traffic down to one lane now, coming through right here. I'm not quite sure why they don't just close the street off and redirect all the vehicle traffic as well, but it's great that we do have some passing traffic so that the passing traffic can see us. There's also officers lined on both sides of the street at this time. I would estimate about 30 cops in the street right now, and I'm pretty sure that there's a relief and backup crew down the street as there was before. Somebody wants to do a screen cap and tweet this out. Israel apartheid funded by us, being the US. Hey, buddy.
Of course we care. We want to see an end to our U.S. dollars being used to peaceful in Palestine.
Looks like we got some more people going back over to the other side. Just seen a flag pass across over there. And a cop is now telling him that he can't pass. So he was just redirected and he's not allowed to be over there.
That's illegal. They can't. Cops can't do that.
Cops can do whatever they want. This is America.
I know they're doing whatever they want. Legally, they can't. They can't tell you.
Do you mind telling the internet what they just told you?
They told me I can't be there. I have to be on this side.
Did they give you a reason why?
There's no reason. They just told me to be on this side.
No,
Okay.
legally you have to.
No, I already.
be there
I'm just going through. So.
Yeah, no.
I already know, but I'm just for the video.
No, you were on solid ground.
We were over there Friday.
I don't want to start a big problem. So it's whatever.
How do you do? You mind talking to the internet about it? Like, how do you feel about not being able to pass on a sidewalk as an American?
It's exactly like Palestine.
It's like Palestine, right?
Yeah, it's exactly right now. The U.S. is in it. That's it. I mean, you can't say nothing.
Right. You just do what they're told or get arrested, right?
You're told to do that, otherwise you're end up in jail behind the cell.
Do you have family in Palestine?
I have family in Yemen, but
In Yemen, okay.
our blood is in Palestine. We're brothers and sisters.
Right, definitely.
I don't see any fear.
All right, well, thanks for talking. Thanks.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
So they are stopping any pro-Palestine protesters from staying on that side. If they go to that side, they have to pass through. They're not able to just stop. Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea!
I interviewed the guy who started the fight, and he totally admitted everything.
Oh,
Everything. We'll have to watch that later.
the one, what fight?
The fight that just happened right now. That's why
Oh,
the
okay.
police put the barricades
Right. No. I caught up to the lady who did the video, who was doing the video that kind of instigated the confrontation the other night with the lady that got arrested. And she told me that the video is up on the website. And she claims that the woman, well, I'm not going to do it on stream, but
We'll talk about tacos.
yeah, we'll talk over tacos. It seems like it grew, huh? Over the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
I hope we march. She'll be
So
marching.
there was a gentleman who tried to go over there again, and he was told that he can't stay over there. And they sent him back over here. Are they pounding on stuff over there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's something over here that's echoing.
Netanyahu, you can hide. We charge you with genocide. Netanyahu, you can
So
hide.
there's definitely new signs out today that we didn't see
Netanyahu, you can hide.
from Thursday, Friday, Saturday's protest, which was day 1, 2, and 3. There's definitely a lot more signs today than there was before, and flags as well.
Netanyahu, you can hide.
The one in front of me says, "Stop the war on Gaza, stand against the
Netanyahu,
U.S.
you can hide.
Material support acts in the interest of humanity."
Netanyahu, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Free Palestine. 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 Free Palestine.
Should we walk around?
So apparently on Pito Blog's stream, he was able to capture confrontation. So if you guys are watching that,
These occupations got to go.
then you probably saw that.
These occupations got to go.
I was following a little behind him,
These
trying to get my
occupations got to
battery
go.
pack going.
Go home. These occupations got to go.
Are you doing laps? this crowd has grown a bit. It's now past the bank, all the way down into front of the subway. Yeah. Huh? You stream on Worth of the World?
Oh, cool, cool.
This would be another good opportunity for a screen cap.
They're not.
Hey! How's it going?
doing?
Good.
Let your people know.
You want to talk?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're good. Let the people
I
know.
can hear you.
You guys, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, the SEIU 1020 local is having a strike. It's kicking off tonight at 9 o'clock at the airport. And then also tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 a.m., there are shuttles leaving from 100 Oak Street and from the West Oakland BART. There are shuttles that are going to be provided by the union, so come on out and shut down the port 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning.
So I have a question about the actual port shut, like the port strike in the morning. I know that the shuttles are leaving at 5 a.m., but what time will they start striking?
Pretty much like by 6, 7 o'clock, they're going to try to shut it down.
Okay, because the schedule online is really kind of weird. It talks about the shuttles leaving at 5, but strike starting at 9.
The afternoon shift is the one that want to shut down.
Okay.
They want to shut down the afternoon shift.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's...
because I'll be driving out there, so
yeah.
it'll be, if I go out at 6, it's going to be up and going.
And also let them know, come out for Thanksgiving. We're going to occupy the plaza on Thanksgiving.
Occupy the plaza for Thanksgiving on Thursday. Thank you, Ollie. So that was a little bit of information for Occupy Oakland. If you guys are local, we do have an airport strike that's going to start tonight for the SEIU workers. It'll start at 9 p.m. at the airport, Oakland Airport at Terminal 1. That starts tonight at 9, and hopefully, if this wraps up before then, myself and FIFA Vlog will be headed out that way. And then tomorrow morning at 100 Oak Street and West Oakland BART, you can catch shuttles that are going out to the port 5 a.m. And SEIU workers down at the port will be striking all day tomorrow. Do you mind if I get you on stream with your son? Would you like to say anything to the video? Oh, that's no problem. I'll just get your sign then. Thank you. How's it going? Good. How are you? Good. Getting better. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! That's how you do it. That's how we do it. From the river to the sea! Hard to get through. From the Have you heard any talk of marching or anything?
No, but I'm sure we're gonna. I'm trying to listen to what this pops is saying.
Yeah.
I bet you we can get a march started just by chanting it.
that tried to go over there and was sent back over just recently. Got him on stream and he was saying, I was like, how do you feel about that?
Good,
Like,
'cause I got the other guy.
I was like, how do you feel about that? Like going over there and being told you can't walk over there as an American. He's like, dude, it's just like Palestine. Like minus the bombs.
So that's why I was like, we gotta cross the street now. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just like, fuck it. I ran into the middle of the street. Even worse than just jaywalking. Whatever.
Would you be interested in talking to the live stream? I've seen you on it the last 2 days.
Talking to what?
Live stream?
What? Who's live stream? Ah, yeah, sure.
I'm live right now. So, how do you feel about the turnout? The last is like the 4th day,
That's how I feel.
Yeah, right?
No, I think the build-up is definitely picking up momentum.
Right.
At the same time, I do think that it's really hard to be on the other side, you know? Like, how can you support the killing of children and women?
Definitely.
So, but I'm more focused on the consistency of the demonstrations and the events rather than how big they are, because I think we have to stay out here. We have to show that we're against this, that, you know, many of us, especially in San Francisco, are glad that we can do little things like this, although they're not nearly as helpful. But no, I think it's important to stay out here for sure. I personally have family out in Gaza, actually, and I'm from Gaza. I've only been in the States for the last 7 years or so. So it is, you know, very difficult because I have my parents, my brothers, and their families. And it's not good. Things are really difficult there. There's no particular place in Gaza that's really safe, regardless of your geographical location within the small strip.
Right.
So it's, you know, and I was around 4 years ago when the massacre took place in 08, 09. And it's sad that we have to be out here again, but we'll be out here for as long as necessary to get people in the United States in general, and specifically in San Francisco, to realize we want to be a city for peace that supports Palestine, and we don't want to condone what these guys on the other side are chanting about, which is how it's all about the Palestinian people being terrorists. And the truth is, Israel's collective punishment of the Palestinian people is not about terrorism or the rockets, although that's the pretext provided for such attacks. It's really about a systemic ethnic cleansing campaign that Israel has been waging against the Palestinian people since 1948. My grandparents and my parents grew up in that. They were the generation that were expelled out of their native homes in Palestine. And the trauma is perpetuated to generations, you know, whether it be my older siblings, myself, or even the newborns in the family, such as my nieces and nephews, who are such beautiful, innocent babies that it's such a shame they have to go through this, like hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who have nothing to do with terrorism or in launching rockets. It's a policy of sieging the Palestinian people, collective punishment against, you know, and to punish the people for democratically electing a government that Israel, you know, didn't exactly agree with. And despite the rhetoric being provided on both sides, including some of the Palestinian militants, the truth is, like, there's always going to be room for political maneuvers, and every political movement, regardless of its extreme rhetoric, is want to achieve certain gains for itself and its people, the people that it's representing. So if Israel and the U.S. and really the world gave, you know, the democratically elected government in Palestine a chance to rule and govern fairly, I think there would have been achievements and political reconciliation of some sort. And to the contrary, Israel decided, thanks to U.S. support, material and diplomatic, decided to oppose the Palestinian people's decision to elect their own government, decided to impose a really inhumane siege against a population of 1.5 million people, and decided to attack them frequently and make Gaza the world's biggest open-air prison.
Right.
So it's very sad and very immoral and very disturbing. And I hope people wake up and realize that that's what their tax dollars are doing.
Right.
It's not. I don't expect people to, drop everything that they're doing and dedicate themselves to this, but it starts with the most basic level of support to the Palestinian people by realizing their right to exist,
Right.
and realizing that this is largely and actually 90% enabled by our tax dollars, and that we have been hearing a lot about education and healthcare and other infrastructural programs in the U.S. Why not focus on those rather than enable massacring and genocide of a people?
Exactly. So it's an awareness issue, I think it starts with like an awareness thing.
Absolutely.
We got to get more people aware of what's going on and how they can impact it.
Once the awareness takes place, then it moves on to something as basic as communicating regularly with your Congress people or the senators, and even calling the comments line on the White House. I know that people are going to say, oh, well, it's just not going to really do much, but over time it will. And I think supporting organizations that do amazing work like Mecca, Middle East Children's Alliance, that actually takes aid of different kinds and takes it to Gaza, to the people in Gaza. There's the U.S. campaign to end the Israeli occupation. That is another organization. There's local organizations here like AROC for Arab Resource and Organizing Center. I mean, there's all kinds of organizations that do peace work, but do endorse projects to support the Palestinian people with all kinds of, whether it be programs or public awareness campaigns, anything to raise awareness, and then that awareness, the hope is, will generate action to stop Israeli to stop the impunity with which Israel does, terrible things.
Right. Do you know of any upcoming actions after today?
I honestly don't. I'm subscribed to several emails, and that's how I find out.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would certainly talk to the organizers over there.
Yeah, I'm like on all the Facebook lists and stuff. I'm here for Palestine, but I do stream, so it's like a two-way thing, for myself.
Well, thank you for having me on your stream.
Yeah, no, thank you for talking to me.
Absolutely.
And it'll be up on YouTube and Ustream for Worth of the World.
Sounds
so if you
great.
want to find it, share it
Worth
with your
of the World?
Worth of the World.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to share it with family.
Worth or work?
Worth.
Worth of the
Like
world.
what is the
Outstanding.
worth of the world?
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right,
Thank
I'll
you
see
so
you
much.
around.
All right.
What was your name?
Ahmed. AHMED.
Nice to meet you.
You are?
Kimber.
Kimber. Very nice
nice
to meet you.
you.
Are we all pumped up? Are we all here to support Gaza?
All right, guys. So that was a quick little interview with Ahmed,
In solidarity with Gaza?
and I'm gonna probably do a quick archive
Solidarity with resistance?
so that the interview can be saved and separated from the rest of the stream. So stay with me while I do a quick archive, and I'll be right back live.
Exclusionary state that has been oppressing our people for the past 60+ years. In Gaza, people decided that they're not going to take it.
I'll probably wait till the speaker is done.
We're all going to resist. The people have been resisting with their lives, and we're here in solidarity with them. No justice! No justice!
All right, I'm gonna do a quick archive, and